business leaders care deeply about the issue of deficit reduction, and it's something that matters not only to them as citizens, but it matters to our companies and our job providers.
I think one of the things that's troubling the economy right now is the uncertainty about whether or not our political system is up to the challenge of dealing with the deficit and dealing with some of the difficult decisions that have to be made.
Most of the ideas are already out there, and so this is now about to turn to a political discussion as much as it is a policy discussion.
The pressure will be on this committee, not so much from a substantive point of view, but from a political point of view, to prove that Washington still has some value to this country and that the legislative process still works to some extent.
I think it's very important that they reach an agreement of some sort. I think it's important because I think what we need is a showing of some bipartisanship.
The committee is a different animal from the various commissions and blue ribbon panels that have been convened over the last 20 years. Those commissions were an attempt, I would say, to outsource the solution to the deficit problem. Now the Congress is going to insource the solution to a group of its own members, its own sitting members. And instead of outsourcing it, they're going to create a procedural structure, A, that will attempt to force action in that new committee, and B, to facilitate passage of the bill.
There are only 50 legislative days between now and December 23rd. That doesn't give a lot of time for the super committee or the committees of jurisdiction, let alone the Congress, in order to do their work.
The answer here ultimately is health care spending, whether it's Medicare, Medicaid, retiree spending. Success, therefore, for me, would be that we do have at least a serious discussion and a beginning of a change in our health care paradigm.
We've got to have revenue as part of this package, as part of a balanced package going forward. We have the second highest corporate tax rate in the OECD, and we have the fifth lowest receipts as a percentage of GDP in the OECD. That's a tax code that's probably not working. If you set the bar too high for this committee, it's actually more likely to not succeed at its primary goal.
If we put more stability into the fiscal environment, businesses can really be the engine of growth to lead us into the stronger economic recovery that we need. It's not just getting the numbers to add up. I think this is really a question of how you pull together a whole fiscal package that's done smart in a pro-growth way.